Egerton Type H. The name of Mann Egerton and Company Limited is still well known to automobile enthusiasts. In the spring of 1915, the firm became contractors for the Short 184 seaplane, and subsequently manufactured the Short Bomber, Sopwith 1.5 Strutter, and Spad S7 for the Admiralty. The company designated each aircraft type by an identifying letter. Their Type F would have been an airplane of their own design, but was abandoned owing to the Admiralty's pressing desire to have Spad production initiated without delay. The Spad was Mann Egerton Type G. In 1917, the Mann Egerton Type H was designed by WW1, an American who before the war had worked for the WW1 company in Paris, subsequently becoming Koolhoven's assistant with the British WW1 firm. He had also designed the Perry Beetle biplane of 1914. The Type H was a single-seat fighter designed for shipboard use. It met the terms of the official specification N1A, and serial numbers N44 to N49 were allotted for 6 prototypes. Only 2 were completed and flown, however. Both were basically similar, being 2-bay equal-span biplanes powered by the 200-horsepower Hispano-Suiza engine. The wings could be folded and had neither stagger nor dihedral. Construction was conventional throughout, and the workmanship and finish were excellent. The equipment, in conformity with the specification N1A, consisted of a fixed Vickers gun with 250 rounds, a Lewis gun with 3 drums of ammunition, and a removable wireless set, Type 52A. Slinging gear was fitted above the center section. The first aircraft, N44, had a large flat-bottom float of rather uninspired design attached to the undersurface of the fuselage. In addition, there were buoyancy chambers in the rear of the fuselage. The undercarriage, which had very short V-struts attached to the underside of the external float, was jettisonable in order to minimize the risk of overturning on striking the water, and there were wingtip floats to stabilize the aircraft once it was on the water. The cowling of the front radiator was completely flat. Initial test flights were made by Clifford Prodger, and the official test report on N44 is dated October 1917. The aircraft is known to have been at the Royal Naval Air Service Test Depot at the Isle of Grain by 14th of October. Rather unexpectedly, the level speed performance figures for the N44 without undercarriage were no better than those obtained with the wheels in place, but the rate of climb was improved. In the air, the machine handled well and was easy to land. It was regarded as suitable for night flying. The aircraft failed to meet the requirements of the flotation test, however, and could not be accepted. The second machine, N45, was known as Mann Egerton H2, N44 having been H1. The H2 had no external fixed floats, but was fitted with inflatable airbags. Its undercarriage V-struts were of conventional size and shape, but the entire unit was jettisonable. A larger, horn-balanced rudder was fitted to the N45, the cowling of its radiator was rounded off, and the exhaust pipes were shorter than those of N44. The H2 was at the Isle of Grain Test Depot by the 5th of December, 1917, and when officially tested during that month, it proved to have a better performance than N44. It was not adopted for service use, however. The reasons for its rejection are not known, but it seems likely that its performance was not good enough for anti-Zeppelin work. Moreover, by the time the H2 was tested, the Sopwith 2F1 was beginning to prove adequate for shipboard fighting duties, and the Sopwith was a simpler aircraft.